Donald Trump officially announced this week that on Tuesday, March 4th, he's going to start the complete and total destruction of the U.S. economy. Now, granted, that's not exactly what he said, but what he said would end up resulting in the destruction of the United States economy, according to pretty much every credible economist out there. See, for the last few weeks, economists have been sounding the alarm bells about the fact that we are about to hit a massive recession. In fact, one of them was quoted as saying a deep, deep recession. The reason for that, of course, is multi-pronged. We have the mass deportations that are taking workers away from the United States, leaving farmers, leaving contractors, all sorts of industries without anybody to do the work. Second, of course, we have tens of thousands of government workers across the country losing their jobs. That is one of the biggest things that these economists say is going to drive us towards a recession. And then Donald Trump's tariff plan, which of course is what is going to be going into effect on March 4th, with the 25% tariffs on Canada, 25% tariffs on Mexico, and just for the hell of it, another 10% tariff on China. This is going to drive prices for American consumers absolutely through the roof, even though Donald Trump continues to insist, falsely, that the other countries pay those things. But here is what Donald Trump said in his announcement this week. Drugs are still pouring into our country from Mexico and Canada at very high and unacceptable levels. A large percentage of these drugs, much of them in the form of fentanyl, are made in and supplied by China. More than 100,000 people have died last year due to the distribution of these dangerous and highly addictive poisons. Millions of people have died over the last 2 decades. The families of the victims are devastated and, in many instances, virtually destroyed. We cannot allow this scourge to continue to harm the USA, and therefore, until it stops or is seriously limited, the proposed tariffs scheduled to go into effect on March 4th will indeed go into effect as scheduled. China will likewise be charged an additional 10% tariff on that date. The April 2nd reciprocal tariff date will remain in full force and effect. Thank you for your attention on this matter. God bless America. In his cabinet meeting this week, he actually said that it was 300,000 people that died last year. In his announcement, he said it was 100,000 that died last year. According to the actual numbers, it was only 55,000, which is still a lot. Don't get me wrong. And yes, these drugs are dangerous. They are deadly. They are killing people. They have not killed millions of people over the last few decades, just to be clear. But it is a problem. And it's a problem that's existed for decades. And it's not something that Donald Trump is going to solve overnight. It's not something that we're going to solve in 5 years. It's literally a problem that has effectively always existed. Not to mention the majority of drugs in the United States are actually just homegrown drugs. So, no, we're not getting the majority of it from overseas. The majority of it is from right here in the good old US of A. But because Donald Trump doesn't understand that, or he doesn't want to understand that, he's going to put the tariffs in place on Tuesday. And prices for consumers are going to go sky high. We are the ones that will be paying those tariffs. That recession that economists have already been warning us about is going to get here much sooner than those economists had originally predicted because of this move. Trump is obsessed with tariffs. He thinks they're a, be-all, end-all. They fix every problem. Let's just tariff it. Tariff, 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 tariff. That is literally his solution to everything. And it never works. Because he doesn't know how to use them properly. He doesn't even accept the fact that Americans are going to be paying the price for it. So we have the dumbest possible person instituting the dumbest possible policy while trying to convince us that we're the stupid ones because we don't know who actually pays. We know, and the entire country is about to find out when they go anywhere to buy anything. Thanks for watching, everybody, and if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. We got fresh content every day for you. And if you want to follow us across social media, make sure you check out all of the social links that we have posted in the description of this video.